this is Sean here, and I'm heading out today to go and have a look at two airfields, RAF Banff as well as RAF Elgin. So looking forward to going to see what I find there. Both of these airfields are up on the northeast coast of Scotland, and yeah, let's see what I find there. It's quite a windy day, but looking forward to getting out. It's been quite overcast, but the sunshine's come out and it's turned out to be a stunning day. Well, I've just arrived here at the old RAF base Banff, and there's still the original control tower that's actually here. My bike's parked up on the runway. There's a couple of runways here as well from this particular airfield, and I think it was only in force from 1942 to 1946. Incredible the amount of structures that they've actually built here. There's still some remains of some other outbuildings kind of in the distance, which I would imagine would have been offices, mess and stores and supplies, etc. Apparently they used to fly mosquitoes out of here. And to think that this was the actual control tower is amazing. So yeah, nothing much left, but they obviously had a good vantage point of the whole airfield, and it's kind of a sloping downhill runway. So here, this was really interesting. As you can see there in the distance, there's the old control tower. I'm looking down the left here to one of the runways, and it still goes down that way. And I'm going to be heading straight down to exit out of here. It's pretty much still here, even though it's overgrown. And it's now a wind farm. So RAF Banff. I actually tried to fly the drone here a bit, but the wind is actually howling at the moment. It's I checked the kind of wind conditions for the little drone, and you can probably fly in about 30 km/h winds, but here it's gusting at the moment about 14 knots or so, which is not too bad. The drone actually managed, but I was a bit reluctant to get it up high to be able to see an overhead, which is a real shame. Yeah, it was worth coming out here and seeing what was here. At least there's still some remains, and the runway was closed in 1943. I beg your pardon, 1946. So it opened in 1942 and closed in 1946. Always worry about riding out on some of these older places and getting a puncture. That's the last thing I need. So this section here is still actually part of the runway. The concrete that's down here. And now there's a karting circuit that's also on the edge of one of the runways, just in the distance. Let me close this gate. Oops, just bashed the GoPro on the screen. So yeah, this is actually still part of the runway that I'm on here now, which is the edge of one of the edge of this karting circuit. A lot of these airfields have actually been turned into race circuits around the country, which I think makes a lot of sense, and car parks and things like that, or caravan parks. Nice lush lawn. So as I was leaving, I saw here there was a memorial that's here, RAF Banff Strike Wing. So this memorial commemorates the men and women who served with the 6th Multinational Squadron, which formed the Banff Strike Wing at RAF Banff between September 1944 and May 1945, under the command of a group of Captain, the Honourable Max Aiken. The mixed Mosquito and Beaufighter units mounted concentrated attacks on German surface vessels and U-boats in the North Sea and along the Norwegian coast. Their success in the closing months of the war, World War II, was important in the defeat of Germany, and strike wing aircraft operating from the airfield near here inflicted heavy damage on the enemy shipping and supply routes. Many thousands of tons of vital iron ore and other supplies were lost to the German forces as a result of rocket and cannon attacks carried out by this gallant strike wing. Losses among the RAF, Commonwealth and Norwegian squadrons were high. More than 80 aircrew gave their lives flying with the RAF Banff Strike Wing. Sure. So this was erected in 1989. So it says here, this stone marks achievements of a number, 14 pilot advanced flying unit, which was based at RAF Banff. I think it's Banff actually. The 18 months during World War II, the period they trained 2,136 pilots on the twin-engine airspeed Oxfords, flew a staggering 149,412 hours. Oh my word, that's amazing. Because they had to make way for Banff Strike Wing in the autumn of 1944, number 14 were required to accelerate their training program and achieve the highest possible number of trained pilots. To that end, last 10 weeks of the existence before disbandment of August 31, 1944, saw the unit train 620 pilots and fly a remarkable 35,500 hours. Wow. And that was erected in 1992. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Happy about that. I'm glad I spotted it. Someone's put a poppy reef. Cool.